All right. Welcome to another episode of Unidentified Podcast. And one of the things, of course, late as usual, but one of the things I wanted to talk about, and especially because Negayan's been intrigued by this, I can't wait to see what his twist or observation on this is the Olympic Games, okay? And we also that opening ceremony, we all have seen, all the symbolism, and that's funny that that's one of the things that like I wanted to talk about. But before we even do that, I wanted to say this, Ed, man. I don't know if you noticed, but since that trade we had between prisoners, you remember? You know what I'm talking about, or where I'm
Yeah,
going
you're
with?
talking about Brittany Griner and the Merchant of Death, as they call him, right?
Yes.
With the Russians. Forget his
You hear the comparison between those two freaking prisoners?
Nicolas Cage. No, I haven't heard.
Okay. So this whole time, and I mentioned it a few times to you guys, like off camera or whatever, but I mentioned it, like I wonder, like, what the hell, like, when is this trade gonna pay off? And nothing special, like that was a terrible, in my opinion, that's what I think. Sometimes I know it's a little cruel, but sometimes I'm just like, what a terrible, trade-off. Like, this girl hasn't done anything. She went to jail because of her own doing or anything or whatever, and the trade was her for somebody who actually deserved to be
I
a
disagree.
prisoner.
I don't. What did he even do?
The Merchant of Death.
Okay, like that's the name they gave him, but what did he do?
This is not even the anime or movie. If he's been
Okay, you
who
seen the
calls him?
movie. Let's just say the movie. That's who he is, Nicolas Cage. What did he do? He didn't do nothing. Like he's just selling weapons. Like you act like we don't have the CIA. We don't have our guys out there doing things that are 10 times worse. We just we just had CIA agents that just got arrested in the Congo, and they parading these dudes around. They over there trying to overthrow the government. Let's see them put that up on the news and tell you that we got guys out there.
They're not gonna do that. Like,
We got guys out there doing that too. We got the same guy.
they're doing important things. That's the difference, right? What was the Merchant of Death doing? Doing for himself, right?
He out there making money, just the honest business.
But money for himself. These people in the CIA, they helping us. They doing this
Whoa!
for our freedom, bro.
Whoa! They helping us? Seriously? I hope
What is the CIA for? What is that?
You think these people out here helping us? You crazy? You really
That's
believe
their
that?
job.
You really
To
believe
do the
these
dirty
people
work
on our side helping us? They ain't helping us, brother. They ain't helping us. They might be helping people within the government. They ain't helping us, not the American people.
The American dream. What's the American dream? To
But
live
serious conversation, not these weird jokes. You really believe these
Okay.
people are out here helping us?
No, not really.
No, they're not.
But-
You can't
But
joke
this
with me.
is
You
what
can't
they
joke
tell us.
because your perspective of the world is so off. I don't even know when you're joking. Like you could honestly believe that these people are out here helping us. I don't know.
How is my perspective?
I think that's part of the propaganda that they're helping us. Like most of this stuff you believe. I don't know when you're
No,
joking.
the reason I'm saying they helping us is because when you ask them, what do they say they doing?
They can say all kind of stuff, man. Overthrowing the
But what are they
man,
saying they doing?
They can say whatever. That don't mean they're doing it.
In the name of what are they doing this? Is what I'm asking though.
The thing is, you got people in our government who they make money. They're making money. That doesn't mean that's trickling down to us. That's for them.
Well, somehow, some way, it'll trickle down. If they spending that money here in the U.S., it comes back around.
No, it doesn't.
It moves the economy.
Actually, it hurts you.
I mean, we need wars.
When they have wars, it hurts you. They're literally stealing money from you to fight these wars. You do understand. That's why when you go to the grocery store, your food costs so much. Because they're stealing money from you by inflating the currency. You
Yeah,
know how much it
absolutely.
costs? Like, so we had the issue in Israel, right? And they said, yo, we're going to take an aircraft carrier and a battle group and just go over there and float outside of Israel. You know how much it costs a day to run an aircraft carrier? Costs us
What would happen if people?
$10 million a day. Where do you think they're getting that money from?
But okay, what would the consequences of people not fearing other countries not fearing the U.S.? What would be the consequences?
There, do you ever look at a map? We have the Atlantic Ocean and we have the Pacific Ocean. We're on
Okay.
the other side of the world. They can't get over here. Like it doesn't matter. Like it, Europe just needs to do what they doing over there. We're good over here. We're
If
good.
you think so, I disagree with that part of it. But
Who's
right,
got
that's
a
cool.
navy that can come over here and attack us?
Yeah. Goodness gracious,
Nobody.
man.
Like
You know how
nobody.
many countries? You know how many countries that's like you guys? Are you aware of that?
Okay, if you believe all this propaganda they tell you on TV that we got to be over there doing that stuff, then
Uh,
you go ahead
uh,
and believe.
Okay. Nagayan, is the perception of people in Europe, like Americans in Europe, a positive one? Are we like just nice and dandy people over there? Like, is that how you see us over here?
From the Dutch mentality, I can say you have quite bigoted sense of self over there as in America, and that we tend to associate American or Americans with uh, like very
Wars and
out there
violence.
bold behaviors.
Mm-hmm.
If you for the like people that are really like into politics, they know what's going on,
Yeah.
and that will be like 30%, maybe even more, 40. But for people like the American rednecks, you have people like in here, like the people that are stuck in their ways. Let's put it like that. Those don't mix with politics. They don't think about politics. They don't think about what's the system or the society we're in, or how is it structured, how is it. So the majority just thinks Europe as Americans can be obnoxious, and that's the short answer for it. Everybody else coming from outside into the Netherlands is foreign, and but for the Americans, yeah, it comes paired with an inflated sense of self. That's what we think.
Yeah. Well, there you have it, man. I'm just saying, like, you guys are not well seen around the world. And this is not towards everybody. There's a lot of Americans that come in and they cool and they want to dance and they want to party, but like a lot of you guys are known for being like violent and abusive and bullies and stuff like that. So whatever, man. But moving on with that, like I was being a little sarcastic with the situation over here, but it doesn't matter. I do believe that it wasn't a fair trade. The fact that there's other people doing bad things out there and doing even worse things doesn't mean that the person doing the least amount of or doing less harm is innocent. Like just because you do more bad than me.
If you think it was a bad trade, then I'm gonna give you you're President Biden right now, and you're presented with that situation. What would you have done?
That's a good question, actually.
Yeah, what would you have done?
I don't know. I don't know. I would have to think about it, but he had time to think about it. So how long do I have to think about this?
Right.
I think I just think it's a bad trade because Brittany Griner. I mean, what did she do? She had a little bit of cannabis or weed or whatever in her little bag and all this and that.
Okay,
and they were trying to say 9 years, right? Okay.
Yeah, as I remember, yeah, it was like something like that.
It was like 9 years. It was crazy.
Yeah. So what?
And then like to let her go for this guy, I just think that's amazing. What you need him for, though?
I would have did the same thing. I would have said, okay, this is an athlete. This is one of our, prominent citizens. Um, and it's unfortunate that there was a soldier there too who's locked up. I mean, maybe I would have tried to deal to get them all out. I would have said I want them all to come home. I wouldn't have stopped with Brittany Griner.
I believe they were hoping for that, but they said nope, 1 for 1. So they did try to get both.
Then I would have kept dealing. I said, okay, we can get her now. What deal to get the other guy out as well?
Because I think
yeah. No, I would have said I would have been worried about how bad it would have looked that we got this basketball player out, but we left the soldier. You know what I'm saying? So I would have tried to get both out.
Well, that's what I'm saying, right? And I mean, I just don't think it's a fair trade. Like she really didn't. Oh, wait, in my PC. Okay, she didn't really do anything, in my opinion, and I just don't see one weighing against the other. Like it's not the same. But that's just me. This whole time I'm like, when is this trade gonna pay off? When is she's gonna do something remarkable? And to America, this just happened. The past basketball game that was, I believe, Japan against the U.S. They won the game. I think it was like 70 against like 60 or something like that. I got it written down. But the fact of the matter is that the whole game was led by Brittany Griner. And
what about Caitlin Clark? Isn't she supposed to be like the best like female basketball player right now?
Well, maybe you're right, but the fact is that Brittany Griner,
she's so good that the whole league started hating on her. They probably don't even let her on Team USA.
Well, they said that she actually scored a total of 30 points herself. So that's kind of impressive. That's something, right?
Okay, there you go.
Team USA. So yeah, it was 30 points. I looked it up right now, and so the game was 90-75 actually, and out of those 90, Brittany Griner scored a 30 whopping points. A lot of the American people were actually psyched about this. They were, celebrating and saying, "You see, it was worth it." It was what they used like this word like she was a hero, national
Brittany
hero.
Griner is a man, so yeah, maybe she should be going out there scoring those points.
You can't say she's a man. She's allegedly a man. How will you know if she's a man or not?
That's what they said. Like we know that she's a man.
But we don't know that for sure. And we say a lot of things. Stop playing.
No, her parents actually came out and said that she had a rare disorder where she had both male and female sex organs, and then they transitioned her that she was going to be female. That is not an actual female. It's not.
Okay. Yeah. That kind of. If what you are saying is true, I understand. And yeah, that's not an actual female. Okay. So talking about females and males like competing against each other, wasn't there a boxing match? Let me see, a boxing match that they put a transgender male or female in this case? I don't know how that would go against a regular.
It's just a dude. That's all.
Yeah, it's a dude fighting against a girl.
Yeah.
And guess who won?
Well, it's kind of we know who's that.
How did I forget about that? Nagayan, fill me in. What we got? You heard about these things or not?
Yeah. I have heard about it, and I've seen the results. I think it has been shared on social media as well. It's a lot about actually a guy or a dude.
Okay, but Nagayan, last time we had this whole conversation, right?
Yeah.
I was a little aggravated with you because like you actually was okay with this. I mean, when I said something about like competing and stuff like that, you said it was okay for them to compete. Like, what's the difference? Right?
Did I?
You said it should be equal. You were pro equality, right?
Yes, but that goes for. Hmm, I don't remember if I worded that
No, no,
correctly
no,
then,
no.
but
I'm seriously asking you. I'm not accusing you. Okay. I believe you were on that side, yes, but I
I'm
don't
for
remember.
equality in the sense of equal pay,
Hmm.
equal rights to participate in sports,
Yeah.
um, and for it was I think referring to the female football leagues that at the moment the pay gap versus the male yeah counterparts is
Yeah.
very
Well,
unequal, but we understand that because the level of football and professionalism that comes with it is not yet there. That gap is still a long way to go.
bro, listen. I'm just saying, like the way I understand this is that yes, female can do anything that a male can do.
Yeah,
Okay, by all means, there's at least one girl that can do it all. Okay, let's say this girl is good at this, same as a guy or whatever, whatever. Right? We are not built the same. Like, do it within. Okay, so a female league for whatever you want to do.
exactly.
If what we do is jumping jacks, we can do jumping jacks. You know what I mean? But like, there's a female division and a male
And there's a
division.
male
I mean,
competition. Yeah,
and anything physical, even to play soccer. Because
yeah,
if you miss the ball and you kick that girl, it's not the same. It's just not the same. In any way,
yeah.
shape, and in any way, shape, or form, it's not the same. So, like Ed said, we already know who was gonna win, right? We
Yeah,
knew
sure.
when we heard about this. I haven't watched it, and I sent the video. I believe this is the video. Any chance we can watch it? Because I haven't watched it, and we already know how it's gonna end. So maybe it's not necessary. But if you guys would like to watch it, what you say, Ed? No, we don't have to watch it. All right, that's cool. But I'm just saying, bro. Like, you think this is fair? Like, is that a win? Like, do you go home with that like feeling and like mentally feeling like you won that one, or I
Awesome.
can't hear you, Ed?
Okay.
I said, yeah, if you're mentally ill, yeah.
Yeah,
But that's
I mean,
yeah. I would say that's the same as comparing like a heavyweight going against a featherweight. Not to
oh,
say putting the same
that's a
comparison out
great
there, but
comparison. Why would we put them both to fight?
yeah. And
Why
in
would
some cases, I mean, technique and skills and everything. In some cases, it comes to a certain level that you can counter it out.
bro?
But
If you're doing a featherweight against a heavyweight, let's say we are doing MMA, equal skill. Just by me dropping on you, I'm hurting you.
yeah, but
So I mean,
the technique against that is keeping the fight going until like evading until the other guy runs out of juice, to put it like that. So there is always like a something like a kryptonite, something that's
yeah, the weak point. But
debilitating
like,
the other
how
guy.
many out of how many is gonna like find that? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I get it. I get it. It's gonna be hard for one heavy of featherweight to win from a heavyweight.
okay.
It's
Well,
just
moving on. And the opening ceremony of the Olympics. Okay, I have an issue. I do have an issue with some of the things that was going on in that. But I would like you guys to like point them out. Anything that got your attention, Ed? Did you see it? You watch this at all or no?
No, not
You're not
really.
interested in the Olympic games or at all?
I mean, like a little bit, like, some stuff is cool. Like sometimes when they're doing like the weights, like the power clean and all that, or like the shooting competition, some of the stuff is cool, but I don't really watch it like that. I don't really watch anything.
Okay. Like, and you've been paying attention?
yeah, it's like a big thing over here in Europe.
Mm.
It's can be compared like to the Super Bowl.
Is it
It's
always,
way
or only because it's being held in Europe?
Uh, it's always big because now it's not always as big as it is now because now it's in France and
Mm-hmm.
people and fans and can help and contribute to their team or to their country in a certain way. So yes, it has helped that it's in a European country that yeah, because in
Okay.
Japan I believe there was also Olympics was big, but due to the hour difference, it was harder to really get the good time slots for viewing and having viewers watch live. And that's I think that yeah,
It's a
just that.
shame because I thought you were gonna bring in some videos and stuff like that. So I was hoping to like actually to go ahead and like dissect a video or something, but there's no video right now, so I don't want to waste the time like talking about like what happened in the video if we don't have a visual. But beyond that point, Ed, what you think is up with this symbolism? Like, you think this is actually a thing, or are we just making too much out of this?
I think we got some evil people that have infiltrated our society. That's what I think is going on.
Well, our society that has infiltrated the world society. You mean?
Well, the West, anyways, yeah.
Hmm. And why would we do that? Like, why?
But why would we do that? I said there's an evil organization that has infiltrated our society. Like
Yeah, but for what? Why
to
would you
tear
do
it
that
apart,
for?
tear it apart, and build a new one. I don't know what they're doing.
Hmm. Okay. I don't know, man. This always goes back to like the spiritual realm and all this to me. Like the end game cannot be like we only have so much time in this world. Why are you like trying to do all this evil if it's not even gonna be to your benefit in this life? So what are you looking forward to? Are these people living more than the usual person? What is this? Or we just like doing all this chaos and passing it on?
I mean, we're gonna start living longer, but I mean, I don't know what these guys are doing.
I want to hear a little about a little bit about that. Like we're gonna start living longer. It seems like we're starting to live shorter lives,
No,
and like a
no,
little
dude,
like
we about to get the upgrade. Okay, I don't know about you, but we about to get this upgrade. But
it
I don't know
seems
what these
Is
guys are doing.
is
it
it really an
seems
upgrade?
What's that?
well it seems to me like they want us ill and sick like for a good part of our life, and they want us to freaking collect for like they want us dead before collecting. Does that make sense? Like the
No, that's not.
social
That's not
security,
how it
now?
works. That's not how it works. Like you're given a way out. Like you got the information. You know what I'm saying? They give you the information, and then it's like it's up to you, man.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Explain that to me.
They
Help
put the
me out.
poison. They put the poison right there, and if you choose to eat it, hey, that's on you.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, that's misleading information. Actually, we already know better, so it is your choice.
Yeah.
But
That's how it
but it
works.
is
Like that's how the magic
misleading.
works. Like they have to say, hey, it's up to you. They'll tell you,
Yeah.
hey, we're doing this to you. We're poisoning you, and if
But
you take it
why
anyway,
would you attach yourself to this karma these
what
rules?
that's the
Why
thing.
not?
The karma is neutral. If I tell you that, hey, this is what I'm going to do to you, yes, I'm going to
Yeah, but
kill
why
you,
would
and
you
then you
worry
do
about
it.
karma?
If you do it
Uh-huh.
on your own, I'm good. I got good karma now because you did it on your own.
But why would you believe in karma if there's nothing beyond like once you drop dead, you just drop dead. Karma wouldn't affect you. Once you are done, you are done. Let's say you're an 89-year-old guy.
Yeah.
What you got at the most?
Bro, I don't know, man. I don't know what these guys are on or what maybe they think they're gonna live on. Maybe they're gonna make it to the technological singularity. I don't know what's going on with these guys.
I don't understand. Like why cause so much mayhem and
I
so
don't get it
much
either,
like
man. I mean, if I had the money, the means, I'd be sitting here just celebrating life and just being at peace. And
mm,
if I didn't like humanity, I'd be like, you know what, I don't know. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe
separate yourself?
they really don't like humanity, and they say we're gonna just take out as many of these people as we can.
but it wouldn't like I said, let's say you're 85 years old.
Yeah.
Like it won't affect you for long. Just like put yourself to the side.
You just, I maybe they just really just don't like people. Let's get rid of these people.
Mm.
Hurt them as much as we can. I don't know, man.
I just think like if you don't believe in a life after death, like nothing is like, how can I explain this? Like after you died, there's nothing there. You just sleep for eternity.
There's my people, and then the rest of these people are filthy animals, and we need to.
What you mean, your people? Oh, okay,
This is what they're thinking.
That's the mentality. Yeah. But why? It won't affect you. Like it won't affect you for long. Our life.
I can't even stand the sight of them. I don't even want them to exist. I don't know what's going on with these guys.
Something must be going on if you really, really worry about that much. Instead of living your life, you just make sure somebody else is miserable. That's kind of, But you're talking about an upgrade. What is this upgrade you're talking about? Are you talking about like Neuralink and stuff like that? Like
life extension, all of it. We're getting it. Okay, we're getting it. Yeah.
How is that?
Is it gonna be like for the select few, or is it?
No, it's
gonna be something that.
They ain't gonna. It's gonna be pretty much for everybody. Yeah.
But I said something. Is
Talk
that
to me.
really an upgrade, or is it gonna be like, yeah, you have this longer living, but
yeah, they already cracked the code. They already know like what genes make people live longer, what to turn on, what to turn off. They already figured it out.
Ed, but I just don't understand. This is something they're gonna be using on everybody. You think?
Yeah, they're gonna have to.
Nah, stop playing. Stop playing. They're gonna take you under. Yeah, we're gonna add some years to your.
Angel, you got whole countries that are dying off. They're gonna have to. Japan.
Yeah, but
Japan, South Korea, like a lot of these, they're not even having kids anymore. China, same thing. They're not even having kids anymore.
Yeah, they are actually recruiting for males to go in there.
Yeah,
we spoke about that before.
But you got to do something, and so they already got the breakthroughs. They already found out that it's in the mitochondria. They already know how to do this. Yeah.
I just don't see this working. Is what I'm saying, man.
What do you mean? You don't think that you can make people live longer? You don't think that's gonna work?
I just think it'll work for me and my cousin and my best friend. You know what I mean?
You don't think they'll let everybody get it?
No, not at all. I have no doubts that they're gonna make some people. Oh, we're gonna take you under. We're gonna fix you up. We're gonna add some years, but they're gonna leave a trace of something that throughout. Of course, maybe we need people now or whatever.
Yeah.
But if the deal is time, what we do is like we leave like a recessive gene that only works on a certain percentage of people, right? And as you pass it on, your uncle will get it, but his brother won't, and stuff like that. Like, you're not gonna make, like, how can I explain this? Like, in no way, shape, or form, this is gonna be equal. Like, I'm gonna make sure minds are good. They get like the good stuff and stuff like that, and throughout the line.
I see what you're saying, but when you really think about all the technology that we have nowadays, like, we got a lot of stuff, man. We got a lot of cool stuff. You know what I mean? They can't hold back everything. No, even now, we got a lot of cool stuff.
A lot of cool stuff.
Yeah, a lot of stuff.
I think the end game would be the resources, right? It's not having like the new Cybertruck out there or whatever. What are you referring to? Like when you say cool stuff, what is cool stuff?
Technology. That's what I'm talking about. Like,
yeah. Give me an example.
They can't hold back everything, man.
Give me an example.
What are we doing right now? There's one example for you. The fact that we have the internet and can instantaneously communicate all over the world and have access to all human knowledge.
So you and solely
innovation.
Well, and they're gonna go for it.
No, basically you cannot stop innovation, but the way I see it is that, in a sense, I agree with Julito. They will not allow it for everybody. I think in the first trials or first get out there is going to be for the top top dogs, top elite people, and
Sure, but
but
just to add to that, sure, yes. But at some point, we
in,
gotta realize that
eventually,
my bloodline should not be the only one to survive. So
yes,
they're
yes,
gonna sprinkle a little
eventually
good
it
as
will,
well.
yeah,
Yeah,
eventually it will pass on to everybody, and that's the funny part because we get it, we to extend our lives as to be able to serve the government, the if you want to say the factions, your country, depending on how you see it, uh, for a longer time. If
mm,
I'm slave to the system, I will be slave to the system for longer.
absolutely.
And
Yes.
that's in that sense, it would in that term it would make sense to give us the longer life expectancy. In that sense, it would
But it
make
also gives you more time. Also gives you the amount of time to learn and get wiser,
Here's the
right?
thing.
definitely.
These people are not all powerful. Okay, like they don't have control over everything. Like
Okay.
yeah, just they're not all powerful. Man. They can't stop everything. They can't.
I I think this shit between demons and
They tried to stop Trump, and he's still here, man. He's still here.
Yes,
yeah.
and I agree. That's a miracle happened, and I'm glad it did. I hope this plays out as it's gonna play out right now, as it seems like it's gonna play out, and no other attempts are gonna be made on this assassination or attempt to kill. But there is more, and that's the thing. We don't know who's the end boss behind that. We don't know who's the one that's controlling the system, and that's in a sense I would like to ask, and I don't know, I haven't looked it up, but do you know, Ed, what Trump's stance was on Israel and what's going on over there?
He's gonna say like the thing that he basically says that, hey, if I was president, then this would have never happened. That's basically what he just says. He says it would have just never happened.
Okay.
Which to me is like, it's kind of like he's not really gonna say the real thing. It's like he's just gonna be like,
Exactly.
okay, yeah, it just never happened. Like, okay, all right.
And that
Oh no,
already
his
gives
thing,
an
his thing is he's claiming, and this is what a lot of other people claim, is that this was really Iran who was funding Hamas, and because Iran had all this money that they should have never got because they were allowed to sell their oil to like China and all this. He's claiming that he would have shut that down, so they wouldn't have had money to fund Hamas to do the attack. My theory is that Israel knew the attack was coming. Israel probably planned the attack themselves, and Israel allowed themselves to be attacked.
What
Probably
attack are you talking about?
the attack on October 7th.
where the missiles went through the
Oh, okay, okay, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Okay. You can't throw numbers like this.
I mean, that's
Yeah,
a good way to cover himself up without saying the thing. Like we're gonna.
okay.
I know one
I,
time he slipped up and he just said all this stuff going on in the Middle East. We wouldn't even be in the Middle East if it wasn't for Israel. Like people know what's going on with Israel. They know. They know.
Yeah, and
You're not allowed to say it, but people know. They're.
And I remember somebody saying this, like, if you cannot talk about a certain people or bad about a certain people or about a certain, then you get to the source of who is controlling you. Because if you cannot say stuff about Jewish people or Zionist or what you want to call it, that's a form of control that people might have over you. That might be a faction that's in the background, making sure that, yeah, you are not bad-mouthing the Jewish culture or coming close to whatever system that's in place to keep you as a slave to the system. And that's
they
where, yeah, well, that's where we have, and that's what you say, Ed. Not everybody's gonna follow the crowd, or not everybody. People that will get and gain access to technology, like we have the World Wide Web. Yes, we have the World Wide Web. We also have a dark web. Why is that? Because people are watching, because we are being controlled, because, and I don't know how, I've never visited the dark web. I have never tried to do it.
You're lying.
No, I've never tried it. But for it there's always the good side, the bad side. And if you want to call them anarchists, if you want to call them rebellious, if you want to call them uh, oppressed or oppressors, depending on how you want to call them. But there's always two sides to the story, and there's always people that will fight for what's right, and there's people that will turn a blind eye to what's going on or what's wrong, and there are people who actually contribute to evil being, that evil stays in this world, to put it like that, actively. And those are the people that we have to fight against as whatever we are. I mean, as a channel to spread the word. Or, okay, who's actually, who are we pointing our fingers at? Who is the one that we can blame, or who's the one that we think, in our perspective, the evildoers? Simple as that. And if you bring it back to the Olympic Games, I've I missed the first part where Lady Gaga was singing, but I've watched the whole thing. And why it touches me, or why it I was like, there's so much symbolism in it. And to dissect that, every scene, every part, every it's 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 a lot. And I think what the artist or the director, actually, it was Thomas Jolly, tried to do, as he was himself a gay person. It's not per se to put out there he's gay, but he was trying to include everybody. But including from his perspective is already biased, because he is a gay guy. He experiences his world through his lens. And for him, diversity means accepting everybody.
Mm-hmm.
But it didn't include religion. It didn't include, at least for me, I didn't see religion in it. But people saying this is the scene of the Last Supper
Mm-hmm.
that Leonardo da Vinci painted. Until somebody brought it to my attention, I was like, oh, yeah, it could be. But it could be also something else. And it depends on who puts their glasses on to watch. And the religious people are going to say, yeah, this is the Last Supper. This is blasphemy. This is.
I didn't have to see. Let me explain this, okay?
Yeah.
So as soon as I saw the opening scene, I was like watching it live, and I did think it was odd, and I did see the resemblance, and I did think about it, but I'm like, probably not. But in my mind, like, you would be wiser than to mock God.
Exactly.
But that's just me. And after hearing everybody saying this, I'm like, you know what? Maybe they did dare to do it. But I already had it in the back of my mind, like, this is what it looks like. But probably not. Probably you wouldn't do that. Okay? Like I said, it's just my perspective. And, just to mock, it's not cool or whatever, but maybe that's not what they were trying to do. Do you think this is what they were trying to do, Ed?
Well, we're in France. Years ago, probably about 10, 15 years ago, there was a newspaper that thought it'd be funny to mock Mohammed. And they did Mohammed. He had the turban, and in the turban, there was a bomb inside of the turban. The Muslims came to that studio, shot the whole studio up, killed everybody. So they know who to mock and who not to mock. They know who to play around with. You know what I'm saying? I guarantee you, they ain't gonna mock Muhammad or any Muslim anything. Muslims would have.
You don't think God's punishment
would have came over there and flipped the whole Olympics over?
But okay, but but you don't think God's punishment will be more severe?
Amen.
I'm not talking about immediate. Do we understand the difference?
I think the people coming up there and taking matters into their own hands, I think that has a different effect. Okay.
Okay.
That's a little more
Fair enough.
profound.
No.
You can understand that one.
Yeah, yeah, I get it. I understand.
This is why people
But
who do that, they're just cowards. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to pick with the people who you know you can pick with. I want to see you do that about some Muslims. Go say something that's about Muhammad. Go do something, say something then, and see what happens to you.
is this
Let's see
something that bothers you?
Well, it doesn't about anything. If you're just gonna go here and think you're being tough because you know that other person over there isn't gonna fight back, then, it doesn't matter what the situation is. It's a
Okay.
cowardly move. You know what I mean?
I just don't understand why you use this.
It's like this grown man hopping in the ring fighting a woman. Like, what are you? You know what I'm saying? Why are you not in here fighting other men?
Yeah.
Like, how could you even celebrate that? Like, I would feel so ashamed that I'm in front of the world fighting a woman, and I won. Like where's this? I don't even get it. Like I said, you got to be mentally ill to be operating like this.
You know what? Actually, like, to be honest with you, and I think you're right. I mean, who would even freaking agree to this? Like, oh, I'm gonna want you to like go up there and just. At some point, like, you gotta realize like what they are actually asking you to do, right? As a grown person, like, you gotta take responsibility for at least understanding what they asking you to do. Be you. I mean, go ahead, be you. Do what you gotta do. But like, why do that? Like, what are you doing? Why? Are you...
Going.
I don't know.
Oh, you mean like the boxer? I guess getting his gold medal.
Because
get a gold medal any way you can.
Because like I don't know about you, but me growing up, don't hit women.
What was it? The last Olympics when they had it in Australia, they had the one dude who competed in weightlifting against the women.
Yeah. So, but do you go home feeling like you got that L, or you won?
You won.
You really won?
You really won, man. Really won.
I mean, you can lie to me.
Really won.
You're gonna lie to yourself, though?
You went over there and lift weights with women, and you're number one. You won.
I don't know. But that's just me. Once again, man, it's like winning a fight 2 against 1. Well, we beat his ass. We beat him up. We.
All right, Angel. All right, what you got next? I think we did this Olympics thing. What you got, man?
All right. But like what I was trying to say is this. One of the things that caught my attention and actually also like creeped me out a little bit is the scene with that horse. You seen the scene with the horse, and the horse started running in the water and stuff like that? What is that supposed to be?
You know what that is. That's a pale horse. You know what these people are doing, man.
Nah, but tell me, like, what is it? What is it? Nigga, and you like the benefit of the doubt, right? Like, so what is that? Like, what kind of art is that?
I mean, the representation of it, I try to find like interpretation where did this inspiration come from? What is he trying to say or do with it?
Okay, does this, like, the whole intention behind this so far, isn't that a little macabre for it to be coincident? For it to be coincidental, I'm just saying, like, is it my idea, or like, is it?
No, I mean, macabre is one way of one. It's an art form, by the way. And it's you could describe it as macabre. I don't even know what the actual meaning for it would be,
Well, I know what
Look,
I think it is.
look,
Okay,
guys,
but
it's real
uh-huh.
simple. You have people who are satanic who have infiltrated,
Okay.
positions of power and influence. There you go. And they like to do this weird stuff. That's all it is. It's satanic.
Yeah, but like, okay, it's cool to those who agree with this whole movement and this
Okay.
whole thing, right? But for those, me, I stand against this, so I
No, you
feel like
don't.
it's
No,
my
you don't.
homework.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
Help me out.
Because if you
What you
did,
mean?
you'd have turned the Olympics off. And this is why they can do this. Because they know people are going to watch it anyways. Ain't nobody going to
Okay.
protest. No one in the West
Let me
is
let me
real
let me
or
let me
serious
let
about
me just
anything.
put it this: I have not once tuned into the Olympics, and yet I have seen it. I'm at
Uh,
work, and it's in every TV
yeah.
where I work, so it's impossible not to watch it.
But even still, because you probably don't really watch the Olympics anyways. But even if you like most people, they're going to still
I know.
watch this stuff. Yeah, most people are going to
Yeah,
watch
yeah,
it.
but I get it. But what I'm trying to say is like, okay, macabre, all of this. You're trying to be like, let's say, sarcastic, funny, or whatever, whatever.
No, they're not.
But is it, or are you trying to be, or are
No,
you being
they're
literal? Or
satanic. They're Satanists. They worship Satan for real. They're evil. They sacrifice people, legit.
then, then,
It ain't a
then,
joke. It ain't no he. Like no, these people are serious.
then, in my opinion, it's up to people like you and I, okay, who are against this to decipher what this means. I mean, we should take it up on ourselves to don't wait for them to tell you. Like, obviously, they either telling you the truth very swiftly, like very, in a way where you like, they wouldn't say it like that if it was the truth.
Mhm.
They are like, what else could that be? Like, what else could you be telling me? Other than the truth. Like, what is this? Like, why even bother with something like this? You're going out of your way
To show this, to make this
to show.
this part of the show as big as it was for as long as it was, and it had to be in there. And this is where I come back to what I found is basically the Four Horsemen. I don't know if you guys know that story or know that reference.
I know it is a folkloric story from Santo Domingo. That's I don't know it like the biblical, like exact biblical definition of the story. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
But indeed, I didn't know it either
Uh-huh.
until this horse. What could represent a white horse? What does a white horse represent, or a metallic, or whatever gray horse? And what I found is basically two things. One was a representation of, I don't remember exactly what it was, but the second one was the most that one the one that impacted me the most. And that
Mm-hmm.
was the Four Horsemen is actually a tale from the Bible saying that the Antichrist was coming. I think the first horse was the white horse or the gray horse, or some people call it gray, some people call it white.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it on it was mounted death,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, he was actually the bringer of the Antichrist and the forthcoming of what was about to come. And I think some others were the three other horses had other horsemen on their backs, and
But supposedly, for what I heard, and let me know, like, because I want this to be complete. But supposedly, the story goes that death won't allow anybody to die for the first like 3 days, I think it is. So that those will be 3 days of intense torture and suffering, right?
now you completed the picture for me. But go ahead, yeah.
Why? No, no, no. Go ahead. I want to hear what you got. Like, what is it?
Because what happened, and I referred to it as the Dionysius, the blue guy that was singing in the ceremony as well.
Mm-hmm.
Dionysius was the Greek god of wine and happiness or joyfulness and trance and dancing. But he would bring people to a state of mind, of a trance state of mind, where they would party till they'd fall dead. And I thought that was a good representation because there was also dancers. I think almost near the end of the ceremony, there were dancers on a boat, dancing, doing the same choreography and going at it and going at it. I was like, how long is this gonna take? Because they're just repeating their movements. So it felt like they were like in a trance state. And then all of a sudden, the floor turns red. The floor was lit red, and in groups they started dancing. One group fell down, like
Really?
they fell down dead. Second group fell down, also third group fell down. So that comes to the 3 days of the tree comes then together as 3 days
Ed,
of.
you see what's going on? If this is true, I haven't seen this video, but of course, if this is true, they are like purposely like going through this book and mocking it.
No, that's what they do.
Like you are purposely doing research to mock this. Like really?
Is it mock or is it? And that's where I think it can go both ways, because
Oh,
if you
okay.
are aware of these stories, if you know about it,
Uh-huh.
if they say to you, this is what this is, they show it to you, and you decide to go with it or not pay attention to it, then you're actually allowing it to be, right? But if you go against it, what happens then? Like if you rebel against it, or if you make sure.
Well, if I present to you something as a funny story, let's say I present something to you as something we mock throughout the time, right? And remember, I never think about like me or you. I think about my kids and up, right? If I tell that story to my kids as a mockery, as a funny story, as something to laugh at, how you think my sons are gonna like pass that on?
Like something to laugh at.
Okay. And then when we come across this one book telling you, hey, this is actually true, and this is the only book saying that this is actually true. You see what I'm saying? Like everybody's making a joke about it and the whole folklore and the whole story behind it, and then somebody's like, this is the real story. They're like, nah, stop playing with me. I never seen God worried about time.
No.
All right, guys. Yes, they're mocking the Bible. Yes, we did this one. What we got? What we got now?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm doing this for like the sole purpose of the conversation itself. I find this. But okay, moving on. Thank you, Ed, for keeping us like outside of this. I don't know. We got the shooter. I mean the shooting range thing, right? You seen that?
No.
Did you say you had Kamala Harris or something like that?
Okay, we can do that. So Kamala Harris, not even Kamala Harris. Let's do this. So Joe Biden decides to step down. Surprise, surprise. Now, on one side, people are saying like it's because he actually fell ill and died, and they're trying to, um, cover his death by having him step down and have her like step in. Others are saying it's because his situation. It was like basically Korea suicide of keeping Joe Biden at front. Because we already know it's obvious. Like he's ill. There's something wrong with the guy, man. Regardless of what, I don't care if you're the president, regular dude, the dude walking down the corner. This guy is ill. Like he is not okay. I've been saying this for quite some time, and it's not just me, but it's obvious, right? So, what you think is going on with him stepping down?
He said that he wasn't going to step down. He said that he was going to run. he was going to go for another term. That he
Yep.
could do it. Jill said that, yep, he can do it. There's no way he's stepping down. They said this right up until the day. You know, yeah, I think they made him step. This is what I'm hearing. They made him step down. That it was a coup, and that he was forced to step down.
I heard that too, right? But
No, he was forced to step down.
okay, let's just say for a second, okay? And I'm not trying to take you down fantasy lane or anything like that. But like what I'm trying to say is like this guy is ill, and some of these guys are not tricking me. Like a lot of these videos are not Joe Biden. What is up with that?
I never seen these videos. I don't really watch it like that. I just don't watch.
Yesterday,
I don't believe nothing he's saying. I just like, what? This guy's not real. I don't.
bro, listen. One day he doesn't even know in which direction. Okay, you see, like his wife is always like grabbing his hand, helping him walk, and all these things, right? The next day, the guy is out here like doing like this for people, like "What's up? Hey, what's up?" And he's just like got some pepper in his step. Like, you think that's coincidence or like?
No, I heard they had a body double. I don't know. I don't really watch the dude like that. I don't even like watching any footage with him in it. I'm just like, I don't need to see this. This is not a real person. He's not really even the president. I'm not watching this. Like, it's irritating. Even them just propping this dude up. Like, I'm supposed to believe that this guy is actually running anything. It's ridiculous.
Okay, then why pull out Kamala Harris?
Because both of these people are not real. Neither one of them are real. He's not real. She's not real. So you just got people in there that you can control.
How is she not real?
She's just controlled. Sign this, do this, say that,
Okay.
talk to that person, go over there. You're okay. Don't answer questions. Come off the stage. She's just controlled. She's just
so now that brings us to your one in a million. Donald Trump, right? He is the guy. He is real. Nobody's controlling him.
No, he's a real person.
Okay, so nobody's controlling this dude. He's just got this.
That's the problem. He's not being controlled. They need someone in there, right? Basically, it's really simple. It's like they're in a position, these people, these bureaucrats, whatever, where they can pick their own boss. And that's what they're doing. So imagine if you're at work and you get to pick who your department who your department manager is going to be. You get to pick someone you're cool with. You get to pick someone who's going to, let you do whatever you want to do, and they're your buddy. That's what they're doing. But instead of that, a real department manager comes in there and says, this is wrong, this needs to change, we're fixing this. Yeah, I don't know, you might not have a job over there. That's what's going on. They don't want a real boss to come in and manage them.
How long will that department manager stay as a department manager? That's because you have to have the vote of the people as well, because you cannot come
Well, that's the thing. Over here, if we're talking about Trump, he has the vote of the people. That's why he's a threat, because the people want him in there. It's the embedded people in the government who don't want him. But our system is not set up like that. They don't get to decide. They don't get to decide anything. They're supposed to work for us. That is the heart of the American system. Those people, they work for us. It ain't the other way around. And that's what's going on. They've taken power from the people and are putting their own fake leaders in them. Yeah.
But then that's the question, because in my metaphor reference, I tried saying the people. My reference to the people was the people that are controlling the political system are the people also that are gonna put certain limits on what Trump does, or gonna try at least. I mean,
they're taking control of the government, and most people can't see it. They're caught up in this Republican versus Democrat, racist stuff, first black woman. Like, nah, it ain't that. You got people embedded in the government who just took control of the government. They're running it right now. Biden should not be the president right now. If this made sense, Kamala should be forced to take over and be president right now. she should have to be president right now because Joe Biden cannot run anything.
I agree.
That's how it should be. If we're going,
Yeah, because who's in the executive branch? It can't be this guy. Like he's not doing
So
anything.
he cannot.
so your guy is our way out then. So you promise me, I vote for this dude, and this is our way out. We got.
Dude, I don't know. They just tried to kill him. So I mean, if this guy gets in there this time, like he needs to understand, stakes are high. Like it ain't gonna be like last time where you can just play around. No, these people are coming after you. They're not playing now.
By the way, I've heard some news stories. CIA, FBI, talking.
How you feel this? Like I just don't understand. Like you don't have a plan B, C, D, E, F, G. Like
Well, after
you should be prepared for something to go wrong.
what if they take out Trump?
No, for like the people trying to take him out.
I'm pretty sure they got other plans. I mean, think about
But like right there and set, like this is our chance. We have
Bro,
him
like
here. We have
as
him
soon
there.
as he came in 2016, they said, okay, he's not one of us. We got to do something. Okay, he's a Russian agent. And for years, they did investigations. Okay, he's working with Putin. He's a Russian agent.
I
Whatever
just don't
happened?
see that as that. I don't
Whatever
see that
happened
as
to
that.
It's all connected. You just keep doing things and you escalate and you escalate. And now we have the court trials.
But-
now you're trying to do civil trials, criminal trials. You're trying to lock them up and it keeps escalating. Then it's like, okay, we got to kill him. It eventually gets to that point.
But they themselves are aware of that. Like in America, it's like innocent to proven guilty, right?
No.
So if you make an accusation, you would have to back that up by evidence, right?
I guess so, man. To any like common sense is like, okay, you just accused a man of treason. You said he was a Russian agent.
So why are
do
you
that-
trying to take it?
Once you do that and we find out he's not, you're done after that. Your reputation is done. You don't get to make another accusation, then another, then another, then another.
Exactly my point. So why
But they-
risk it? Like
But
why?
they did though.
Mhm.
They did. It's like they don't risk anything because they got control of the media, and most people, such as yourself, just believe whatever is put on TV. So they got control over reality at this point. They can just do it whatever. It don't matter.
I don't know.
But I feel like
Then
that's a quite pessimistic stance to take, and I know that you are aware of what's going on behind the scenes, or to a certain extent, of course, as we all. But it seems like very pessimistic. So we need this leader to guide us towards where we need to be. To give
You got
power to the
people-
back.
There's people in the guy who are like, no, Kamala is black. And I'm going to vote for her because she's black. Even though she's not black. She's pretending to be black, and that's good enough for me.
okay. Well, that there's a problem with that right there. Like when you say black, what are you referring to? The color of the skin, or black as in a culture?
She's none of that. She's not black. She's not even black. This is crazy. She's Indian.
But
She's East Indian. She's a Hindu.
Yeah.
Like, what are we?
But-
These people aren't black.
no, what I'm asking is like, okay, she like, if you say black as a culture is one thing, okay, but if you say black as in color is, we just talking that her color is similar to us. It looks like more like our skin than somebody
Angel,
else.
Listen, play.
So
Black means you're African American. Like this is what she's trying. This is what she's doing. This woman is not African American. She's not.
No,
Not
she's
at all. Not even a drop. Nothing. You got more black. You got more black than she got.
For sure, yes. So, I don't trust that lady, regardless of what. I'm not saying don't vote against her.
It'd be just like
The
having
only way to
another
vote
Joe
against her
Biden.
is
It'd
by
be no
voting
difference.
by voting for Trump. I mean, the running's not yet over. By the way, when do we know who's actually going?
Listen. I keep saying my vote will go to Trump, and that doesn't mean that I like the guy all the way through. I mean, there's a lot of things I
Here's my
disagree
thing.
with.
Here's what these people got to do. She's got to go on Joe Rogan. She's got to go on a streamer or so, you know what I mean? Like she got to go do a real interview where I can see you're talking and being a normal person and having a real conversation. Because we didn't see Trump do this. He can just go on anybody's show and talk to him, right? Like,
I already tried watching her, and
I'm talking about I'm talking about her doing a podcast where she's talking, being a normal person, answering questions, going on Joe Rogan's show or something where she's just not.
I agree, but so far,
NBC, you know what I mean?
But so far, I don't like what I have seen of her. To be honest with you,
it's just nothing there. There's nothing there. These aren't real people. If you can't do a 2-hour podcast, like you should be disqualified right there.
At this day and age. No, I tried watching like interviews with her, and like her interviews are like vary by the year. Like, okay,
by the book.
Like I don't trust or believe anything she says or anything like that. Like she's just a very weird individual. Like she seems like if you put her on the spot, she's gonna agree with whatever side you're saying because she's on the spot now, and like be okay with you. And then you not winning, you losing, and now it's you versus Nagayan, and now I'm with Nagayan because Nagayan looks like he's doing good now.
These ain't real people, man. Crazy.
I don't know. Yeah. But yeah, my vote would be for your boy still, Ed. Don't worry.
Your boy.
But yeah, but that doesn't mean like I agree with everything he has done or said or whatever. But the fact that he has said like so many dumb things and crazy things that you like, whoa, is that the president saying these things? Okay.
That's your opinion, and I'm not gonna start this, but to me, he's never said anything wrong. Okay, we're not.
He's quite plain in his argumentation. And
whatever. He knows he's wrong, but it's okay.
I'm dead serious. That man never did nothing wrong.
But this is the thing, bro. You're wrong and right. It's all distorted. I mean, just because like I robbed a bank and the guy robbed a corner store doesn't mean the guy is innocent. And that's how you like mention things all the time. Like that's very distorted. We are like, oh, this guy did the worst thing, and this guy, so let's look the other way for this guy. But I mean, I understand, I see, because as we stand, things are the other way around. We ignore the people doing the big crimes and take care of the small time people. So it looks like we're doing something. I get it. I understand that.
Yeah.
But all of you should go to the trash. You bad, you no good. Like, let's lock them up. All of you, big and small. But that's just my opinion. Okay. I say the fact that this guy opened his mouth and just say something that just came to his brain like 5 seconds ago.
That's
this is a real dude. Like,
yeah.
That's in the only way that I agree with you. Like, I trust you because every time you put your foot in your mouth, I know you're really saying what you're trying to say. Not like looking around like, oh, wait, hold up. This wasn't a written question. Like, I didn't give you this question to ask me. Like, who gave you permission for this? No, I can't hear you.
I said this back when Barack Obama was president. I said, why can't these people just come out and just talk to us? Why every time I see you, you have to be reading off of a teleprompter, reading some speech somebody else writ for you? Like, why can't you just talk? You're supposed to be the boss. You're the man. You're the president. You can't come out here and talk. Everything
100%. Well, some things should be prepared. I mean, if you coming out with a proposal, when you're coming out with a proposal, you got to bring structure. Okay, this is what I want to do, and this is how we're gonna accomplish that, step by step. So I don't get lost. I'm gonna write this down, my notes or whatever. But when you're talking to me, like, why are you reading your answers? What do you think? I'm asking you a question. Like, what is up with that? And like I said, like I noticed that when they asked this lady some questions that don't seem like was the questions they were supposed to be asking, she like, oh, well.
Done. It's a wrap. It's a wrap.
Who allowed this? Like, who told you it was cool to go off the script? Like, okay, I don't
Do I
trust you.
have the
Leave that alone.
clearance to talk to answer to this question? Blasphemy.
Man, if but I would say, unfortunately, because it looks like he's crazy for some people, but fortunately for me, this dude just vomits his answers. You ask him whatever, like, Nate, I don't like you, but I'll still answer your question, and he will answer the question.
Hmm.
Good for you. I don't know.
Was it? I saw an interview of him. Was it? Oh, was it on our last show that he was asked a question in a certain way that he did not like, and he addressed it to the interviewer like, "Yeah,
No,
the way you're coming at me, I totally not unacceptable."
no, he did that all the time, and that's the only reason I trust that dude. Like in that part, like you know what he's telling you, he means to tell you. Like
Yeah. If you're gonna
you know
paint
what?
me like this, then it's unacceptable. First of all, fake news, and
Yeah,
whoa,
it's
he just
fake news.
yeah, he
Not
just
true.
right there, and yeah, something in comparison with Abe Lincoln. But
Nah.
anyways, yeah, I like the guy in the sense that he, like you said, is what you see is what you get.
Yeah.
I don't
Other
like
than
the
that,
things
guys.
that he says, or a lot of things that he says, I don't agree with, and I would have worded it differently. But
Yeah.
most of the things,
Okay. So this is the thing. For whoever comes across this video, man, if you making a choice based on somebody looking like you, their skin being like yours, or anything like that, man, shame on you, man. That's not what we need. I don't need for Ed to look like me.
Well, Barack
What?
Obama, but it's like we had that. Like we had it.
Who the hell cares?
Back in the
I
day,
didn't care.
I cared. You know, I'll be real with you. I care. I say, hey, I get to have the first black president, but we've been there. We did it. Okay, guys.
I thought it was cool to have a black
Yeah, the
president.
next black president, you ain't gonna pull that again. Like we can't. Like okay, like he actually has to be good.
Okay. Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay. Well, okay. I thought it was cool to have him up there. Like, yeah, cool. Like, all right, cool. I don't think you should win based on what you look like, or based on me being a female or a male. Like only men can win. No. Bring a good girl. Like bring a good female candidate.
Well, they had one. They had one, but she was too good, so had to get rid of her.
Who was it?
Tulsi Gabbard.
I don't know who that is, and
You've seen her before. The Hawaiian woman. She's got the gray hair thing. You know, streak of gray hair. You've seen her.
I'm new to this. Like I don't like politics. I disagree with so many things that I don't waste my time in things that I
No, but
don't.
She's a Democrat and she's legit.
She was good.
Yeah,
it's a real person.
Yeah, she's legit.
What happened?
She's real. That's why she ain't there anymore. She was too real. She ran against Joe Biden. She ran against Joe Biden and Kamala Harris and all that.
Now I'm gonna look into it. But like, come on, dude. Like, don't vote based on somebody being a female because you a female, or you identify as a female, or you identified as black, or you black for real, or like whatever your deal is. Like, look for the truth. Look for whoever's good for the people. Don't do it based on like, oh, this person is his dad is Dominican. You think I'm gonna vote for you? Like, you got something else coming. Like, I'll celebrate you. Hey, you know he's Dominican if you won, but I'm not gonna choose you to win because you had some type of Dominican in you. Like, I'm sorry. I don't care if you're my cousin.
Okay, well, there's a lot of people who they're like, yeah, there you go.
Nah, man, that's stupid. Those are people who can't like look into the future. Like, not that I have a special power or anything like that, but like my mentality is forward thinking. Like, it's nah, man. You're not gonna ruin my future. I've been fighting for my good future for a long time. But that's just me. Other than that, guys, before we go, I wanted to say something. I've been watching a show on Amazon, man. And Negayan, I think I told you about this dream. I had a dream, but I don't want to tell the dream or whatever. But I thought it was funny to encounter this. It's a dream about God. Okay, a long time ago, I had this dream, and like in this dream, I told you, nigga, you remember this? I said like he did like this with his hand, and it's like he cut through like time, reality, space, all that. Okay, does that make sense? Yeah. And I just came across like this one episode in this thing, and it like as I had dreamed it, and this is the first time I seen it. It didn't come from this dream or anything like that. But like it was kind of similar to what I had dreamed. I told Brittany about it. I just thought it was funny. I've been thinking about that for a little bit. I hope you know what I mean, and I'm not coming off as like crazy. But maybe we can make an episode on stuff like that. All right. Well, I'm gonna look into that lady, the Hawaiian lady that was competing or whatever. But like, that's done and over, man. I don't think Kamala Harris is our girl. Not because she's a girl. I have nothing against that. There's something about her. I don't trust you. And you know what? I thought this was a career move we trying to do and push her and celebrate that she's a woman and she's like our tone and stuff like that, because she's a girl that would do what the real people want her to do.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yes. Because she's gonna go with whatever they tell her. Hey, we're trying to do this war in Ukraine. We're trying to like ramp that up. Need you to sign off on that. Okay, we need to send 20 billion over here to this to Taiwan. Yeah, okay.
Well, you know, she'll get a little something on the side. Hopefully, that doesn't happen. But do you guys think Joe Biden is alive?
No, he did an interview. He did a recent interview.
And it was him.
Like I said, I don't even like watching the guy, so I couldn't even. I didn't analyze. Everyone agreed. It seemed that it was him. I know people said there was some funny footage where there was like another guy walking around who was like 5 inches taller, had like a good stride and everything. Like, didn't have the Joe Biden walk, and I'm like,
I've seen that.
Yeah.
There's a few things that you could.
Days and his bad days.
Well, if you have like actual bipolar disorder, and if you have dementia, like you feel like a different person. Depends on what you got going on, right? But dementia also, like if dementia, like you are in and out. Like there's no holding you accountable for like a whole interview. Like, does that make sense?
Yeah. Okay.
Well, so if he really does have dementia, like I wouldn't be surprised if they send somebody else in.
Yeah,
and
but
then like,
I mean, like people were saying, like you have body doubles, but that's to protect the president. Like if someone
this body double is putting in some OT, man. I'm not.
Yeah, nah. You don't do body doubles to fool the American people. You shouldn't be doing that.
Well, you shouldn't, but like this guy is putting overtime in there, man. I'm telling you, like a lot of these freaking presentations, it is not him. I mean, if you see one thing from the day prior, like I'm telling you, this guy hopped off a freaking plane, bro, and then grabbed his wife's hand steadily enough for her not to slip and fall.
I didn't.
I'm like, bro, the whole time she's been helping you walk in a straight line. And today you out here like all you was missing was carrying her off the plane. Like,
I got you, babe.
I don't know, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, even for the debate, the lady is like, "It's a good answer, Joe. Good answer. Like, come this way, walk this way, do this." Like, you know what I mean? And today he woke up in such a good mood over here. He's like almost carrying you out of the plane. Like, jump. Come. I'll catch you. You're not fooling nobody. Stop playing with us. Stop playing. Like,
yeah. Well, Angel, no. At least he's not racist. That's all that matters. But yeah.
But he is racist. But that's okay. He has said a lot of racist things in the past. But who cares? People can change. So. Like, maybe he's a change. Maybe dementia, and I'm not making fun of him, but like maybe dementia made him forget that he was racist.
It will be a nice one.
Wow. And I just thought about that one.
Good point to close it up.
Think about it. All right.
So
with that being said, yeah, I think we out. Thank you for watching. Unidentified Podcast. We out.
Yeah.
Okay. So